Good morning, everyone. This is Jaden X1. The following took place between 6 a.m. and 7:20 a.m. What you're about to see is undeniable proof that I just got my behind clapped and ambushed at the same time by 3 hunters, all while following a backup request by a fellow agent named Biscuit. So with that said, let's get into it. So as usual, I got to some practice on the firing range to sharpen my skills in Division 2. And this was definitely 6 a.m. last night around that time. So with the gear that I had while I was returning to Division 2, I started updating everything from gloves to backpack to assault rifle that you're looking at, the AK. And I still got my 1911 pistol. And the KSG shotgun since my last broadcast during the events of episode 2, Pentagon: The Last Castle. So I continued practicing, especially with the KSG. The KSG to me was alright. The AK-47 was alright, lacking some ammunition, but otherwise alright. I needed an extended mag for it, to tell you the truth. So I also decorated my bag from the Capitol Hill to the American flag that you're looking at right now. And I also changed up on the boots that you're about to see in a few minutes. So seeing as though we're in the year 2020, I thought I would, try to adapt to 2019 to 2020. But suddenly, I get a backup request from a fellow agent that probably needs help with some rescue operations, or take control of the control points, or during a mission or whatnot. I thought it was one of those missions. Usual stuff. So, as business as usual, I picked up a backup request from a fellow agent named Biscuit21.
Backup request.
So I accepted it. And as the game started loading, I immediately thought ahead of time as to how I'm going to apologize to you guys from yesterday, seeing as though I had to delete 2 of my videos of me returning to Division 2. But I was clearly interrupted by my daggone... You know what? I'm not going to start ranting on files. But you know what? We'll continue, seeing as though I was almost wanted to break my own daggone router. 2 files. But I don't want to do that, because then again, I might gonna pay the full maximum price for it. So I'm here, and I get on the screen rescue operation. Okay, that's fine. That's dandy. So I saw a drone. I shot that. I saw some hostiles over to my left, so I took care of that. And then all of a sudden I get a strange EMP around the area that I was at, and that is where the agent was at. I would rendezvous with him in a minute as soon as I'm done picking these guys off, seeing as though they're easy pickings. And from the looks of the getup, they look like they're either between True Sons or Black Tusk, and from the looks of it, they're Black Tusk, obviously, because of the drone. Because the True Sons don't have drones. They're bullies, and they suck. At least without their commander. So I had a hostage nearby, and then all of a sudden I also get a strange laser. I thought I was being lasered by these guys, and I thought, okay, Ubisoft done changed up something, and then that guy showed up. And I was torn up by that dude. So I used my reflector shield, took his behind down, and when I got up close, I immediately noticed the icon up top of that bum's head, and I panicked, cause I recognized it, and it was a hunter. It was a freaking hunter. I panicked, I was shocked, I don't know what to do with myself, and all of a sudden I see Biscuit21 down, and I was wondering, what the heck happened here? I mean, what went on while I was gone exploring other games, broadcasting other games, broadcasting Cage 3, broadcasting Modern Warfare, broadcasting oh, daggone, I think that was the other. I think that was the primary games that was broadcast. Anyway, I immediately went to Biscuit 21's location, and then he was gone. And I was about to pick him up, and suddenly I get my behind torn up again, and I panicked like crazy. So I tried to find the nearest cover possible because I do not want to die. So I hid here, healed myself, and then I got ambushed on my left. All right, I'm gonna have to move to another cover while I'm being shot at from all over the daggone place. And I looked at my radar. I was surrounded. I mean, what the heck? And then to my left, I see my opponent healing, threw an EMP grenade at me, and from the looks of it, a Firefly device flown at me. So I looked up close, and there it is, a second hunter. I mean, what? So I took that bum down for the second time. That was my second hunter I took down. So I was torn up again. I was about to die. I panicked, and over to my left briefly, I did not see that hunter over there. So I was panicky so bad I just couldn't maintain my surroundings no longer because I was shooting all over the place. So I was trying to back up Biscuit. I was ambushed to my right. I was circling around like crazy. I thought in real life my head would be dizzy. Oh my goodness. So I had this idea of trying to lure them out in the open, seeing as though they were well hidden in the bushes. Perfect place for an ambush. Strategically, I might add. So I thought I would wait until one of them pops up so I can put a bullet in their heads. Seeing as though they pretty much kind of shook my day up to the core. And knowing that I got ambushed by hunters, if this is how 2020 is going to start, then I need to step my game up in Division 2. It's been a very long time since I played this game. So I saw this dude way over there. I thought I tried to throw a grenade. Didn't work. I was underneath the trees. Daggone it. I feel like a lumberjack wanting to cut the tree down so I can throw the grenade over there so that he can die and I can focus on the hunters. But they were well all over the place. And I looked around. This dude was on my last nerves, so I wanted to take him down real quick while I was hidden behind that lion statue. But I didn't have time because I'm being shot up all over the place. Shots came from behind me. Shots came from in front of me. Biscuit is struggling like crazy until he really turned into a biscuit. I mean, literally. So I stick to my original plan, tried to lure them out, and right now it actually worked because right now I spotted a hunter right there. I deflected his EMP grenade, but he threw another one at me in return. So he kind of took down a third of my armor, and it looked like it attracted a heck of a lot of company. Somebody's drone was up and about. I think that was the Black Tuskers drones. I think. But that's yet to be seen. So the hunter went back into the bushes to keep himself hidden, and I was staring at my radar trying to find out where these hunters are going to come from, and that hunter was about to charge at me. The other one was about to charge at me. So I immediately tried to make my last stand, but no avail. I mean, literally no avail. And up close, the hunter had a big old 50 cal and disappeared into the smoke. And this is me lying helpless. I was hoping Biscuit might be nearby, but his behind probably must have just spawned at the safe house, so it's no biggie. So with that said, with no other backup in sight, I was just going to die. in shock and in disbelief and in absolute surprise that the hunters are roaming about in DC, which clearly tells me that not only the director of the Division 2 has pretty much been working on the game while I was gone exploring other games, but the crew, him and the crew, oh man, they done surprised me today in 2020. So what y'all just saw a couple of seconds ago was the last location to where I died and where the hunters might pop up. So if any other hunters pop up right where you are, right where a random spot is, or if you're at a random spot where hunters might pop up and ambush you, please be careful. So this is the undeniable proof I got with the hunters. If you have any questions, leave a comment on the comment section below. But otherwise, I feel like everybody else knew about the hunters returning except for me, because I was exploring other games. But in any case, I'll figure this out later. This is Jaden X1 telling you to keep it locked right here on YouTube, and I will see you on the battlefield in a few minutes in Division 2, so that I can have my rematch with these foes.